いよいよ待ちに待った2025年の MLB シーズンが始まろうとしている。開幕を前に米メディア MLB ネットワークは、今季のナショナルリーグ NL MVP 最有力候補としてドジャースの二刀流スーパースター大谷翔平を挙げた。専門家たちは番組内で大谷が投打両面で圧倒的な活躍を見せていることを評価し、彼はすでに昨季も打者1000年で MVP を獲得したが、投打両面の復帰でさらに優位性が増したと熱く分析。さらに番組では開幕投手陣の対決にも言及し、特にタイガースのタリク、スクーバルとドジャース新加入のブレイク、スネルによる白熱の投げ合いに専門からも興奮を隠せない様子だった。スクーバルの強し速球とスネルの精密な制球力による対決は、開幕カード屈指の名勝負になることが予想される。今季も大谷翔平の躍動が期待される中、この注目の開幕戦とともに、ぜひ日本語字幕付きの解説動画で詳細をお楽しみいただきたい。
I've got the Royals having a magical season. We'll be talking about that on the National Pregame Show. Ballpark game is turned on. Mookie Betts, I hope he put weight back on.
Lost 20 pounds since
That's
the Tokyo.
Crazy.
I saw him in Japan, and I really didn't notice the weight loss because he has no body fat anyway. I really didn't notice it. He'd taken ground balls. It was the first time he'd taken them. He came over to do an interview with me, and I had no idea until he said, "Man, I've been sick." And I went, "Oh, you're sick?
Get away from me.
And
We're starting a new show in 4 days.
Yeah, and he says, "Hey, I lost 15 pounds." And I looked at him, and I didn't look at him. He didn't look decrepit, like, "Oh, my gosh, look at you."
I think the word's gaunt. Decrepit's a little
Either way, he didn't look like a guy that lost that much weight.
Yeah.
So he's obviously he's going to start opening day, but you wonder, how does he get ready? Because he hasn't been able to play. This is what you do. Well, the Dodgers have so many pitchers that need extra work. You give Mookie sim at bats. You give him simulated games.
We're not worried about the bat, and we haven't seen Mookie play yet. They played 2 games over in Japan. The big storyline for the Dodgers to me is Mookie Betts as a shortstop, a full-time shortstop. Harold, are you finally fully on board with this idea that Mookie's going to be a very good everyday shortstop?
I've always believed that. And the one thing that he was able to do before the sickness in the last week or two, he worked all winter. Like Mookie told me last year when he moved to right field for the postseason to get ready and all that, he goes, "I'm playing short next year." So the minute the World Series ended, he knew he was going back to shortstop. He'd already had the conversation with Andrew Freeman. He knew he was going back to short, unless they had some blockbuster deal that they were able to get Willie Adames or somebody like that. And then, so he started taking ground balls from November till now. It's not like, oh man, he just started in February. He's been taking ground balls a long time getting ready. So I think he can handle it. He's the best athlete in the sport. He can play any position. And yeah, I like it. But will I be surprised if he moves to the outfield? No, I would not.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, folks. This is a guy in his early 30s who's a former Platinum Glove winner in the outfield.
Yeah.
He's one of the best defenders we've seen in the outfield in his entire 20s. Moving to shortstop in his 30s. That has never, ever happened in that way. And if he wins a Gold Glove, which people roll their eyes at, but it's Mookie Betts. Don't bet against Mookie Betts. He'd be an All-American kickball player if there was kickball at a professional kickball league. Like, if he does that, Dan, that is a unicorn thing to do.
He might be the best all-around athlete. I think he's the best put-together baseball player in the sport. He affects right field, shortstop, second base with his arm, with his glove, with his speed. We saw it in the postseason. He can affect the outcome of a game more than just standing in a batter's box with a bat. He is like the definition of a baseball player.
Think about this. He was on track to start the All-Star game last year at short. He was starting till he got injured right before the break. And so the only other reason Mookie moved out of there was because of the need of the Dodgers, the versatility he brings them. So then they were able to make the trade and go get Edman, bring him in, and he ends up playing shortstop and all the different combinations. But Mookie was starting at short in the All-Star game.
That's wild.
I feel like their window, that bully window, it's starting to close.
Another guy, if he doesn't get injured at All-Star, Bryce is on pace to win that MVP last year. And he came back at the end of the year last year, hurt, tried to drag his team to the playoffs, but He was already having a phenomenal season last year.
Okay, so am I on to something? I think this is a relevant segment,
That's
right?
pretty deep.
The greatest race. Well, we have 3 names left.
Man.
And I don't know how to determine or anoint who is the favorite for NL MVP right now.
One favorite, but
Well, look, it's Ellie De La Cruz. You got Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani. So, Dan, is there a way for us to do this properly?
We can just have the race.
What do you mean?
The great NL MVP race. They're in the gate. We've got 3 starters, De La Cruz, Soto, and that guy, Ohtani. This is a short one, too. It's a quick sprint. Look at Ellie and look at Soto. It's a Soto photo. Here comes Ohtani up the rail. It's Ohtani. It's Soto. It's Ellie. It is Ohtani.
He's got all the parts.
He does, didn't he?
Wow.
This is only the first race.
So that means Shohei Ohtani is the official favorite for NL MVP. Soto's number 2. Ellie De La Cruz, number 3. Well, we should have done this segment before MLB Central aired.
Yeah.
Because our dear friend Mark DeRosa said his favorite for NL MVP this year is Ellie De La Cruz.
Really? That's a bold stance.
He was in camp, did 30 clubs in 15 days with the Cincinnati Reds, and he believes he's the most talented.
I'm with him.
You agree?
Well, there's a lot of talented guys. I want to walk over to short. Now, I had a glove, but Paige Sinicki, this Gold Glove shortstop for the Oregon Ducks softball team, took my glove. I don't even know where it's at anymore. But no, let's watch Ellie. This is the biggest difference with this guy. I love all the things he can do. Switch hitter with power, and he's young. Now, here's the thing. When you're young, you make aggressive mistakes. You make things that you think you can make every play all the time. So his error totals are going to be high like they were last year. But as you get older, you mature, you learn the league, you learn how to position yourself. Those things get cut down. Let me take you to the tape and explain it. First of all, Greg, when we met this guy last year on the red carpet, what a stud.
I mean, he's up there with Fernando Tatis Jr.,
I mean,
coolest guy.
Up 6'5", everything. But he's got an amazing work ethic, and just his talent is off the charts. 6'5", 200 pounds, ranges, power, everything from both sides of the plate. Electric. This is what made us fall in love with him, because he can snatch bags, which we know he can do, but he can go first to third. He does everything. So, yes, when you start looking at the most talented guys, he throws 96 miles an hour across the diamond, even off balance like this. Stupid. But his talent gets him in trouble. So the first lesson you learn, don't take your defense to offense. So don't take your offense to defense. All right, this is after strikeouts, and he committed an error. Because what's he doing? He's thinking about his offense, and he's forced himself into errors. The next thing, don't try to be Superman. With his arm, it puts him in a position where he thinks he's a superhero. This is a ball Shohei Ohtani hits. It's not a double play ball. Ohtani's on top of the base before he turns it. He throws it away. You got to know the situation. Or this one, he bobbles it going to second. No, I'll go to first because I got a cannon. That's 2 errors on 1 play. All right, I'm already eliminating a lot of errors for him. The next thing, just be your natural talent. Don't overthink. Let your natural ability, your athleticism take over. And when he does, he's one of the best. I think sometimes what happens with young players, you make mistakes, you start overthinking. And I think that's been Ellie's thing. The last thing, complete the game. It's a 12-0 game in Kansas City. You don't want this, right? Bad hop eats you up. Now I got 1 error. You got to be kidding me. Next ground ball to him, I got 2 errors in a 12-0 game. I just showed you 5 scenarios of errors. He had 29 last year. We can cut him down right there. He's down to 24.
I love that you're talking about this.
I can get him to 15 errors when I go back and look at last year's tape.
I do not want him to get O'Neill cruised.
No, he can't.
I don't want him to be sent out to center field.
Figure it out at shortstop.
This is more of a message to the Cincinnati Reds than it is the rest of the field. Because he will cut his errors down. If he gets to 20, will you take that?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we saw Bobby Witt Jr. transform himself into a Gold Glove shortstop. And everyone was saying, he might need to go play center field. Like, give the guy a chance to improve. I'm very leery about this because they went and got Gavin Lux. And Matt McClain is a shortstop, and he's going to play second base.
Yeah.
I feel like if Ellie De La Cruz gets off to a rough start defensively, they might make that.
I don't think it'll happen
in season.
Terry
and put Lux at second. And put McClain at short.
I think Terry Francona, he has been on record thinking he thinks that Ellie De La Cruz could be one of the best players he's ever managed. They're going to give him every chance to figure it out at shortstop.
All right, this is fun. This is the greatest race, and I feel like we left a few people off of our list.
A few. You left one off. My favorite guy, Freddie Freeman. How can you leave Freeman off?
The ankle.
What more does he have to do?
Ankle, man. How do you lose Ronald?
What more does he have to
Acuna?
do? Hit a home run, like a grand slam to win Game 1 of a World Series? Oh, I forgot he already did that. Come on, Greg.
Oh, yeah, but time out.
Wait till you meet up with Freddie again.
We're talking about guys that can do everything.
And Freddie likes you. He used to.
I love Freddie. Freddie loves me.
Yeah, but you didn't even add him on the MVP list?
I can only do 10. All right, who would you take off? Oh, you don't want to play that game.
We don't have to. You do.
you mentioned Ronald Acuna Jr. I wanted to put Ronald Acuna Jr. on this list, but he's not going to start the season with the Braves. He's going to miss some time.
A week.
And what are they getting when Acuna comes back? Is he going to be the dynamic leadoff hitter that steals 70 bases again? That's his second knee injury, Harold. I don't know, man.
He doesn't need to steal bases. That's the thing. He can and he will, but he doesn't need to steal 70 to be dynamic.
So you think he should be in the greatest race?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm with you, Harold. He doesn't need to
baseball.
steal 70. He just needs to have the ability to steal one when it means something. Your thing, the money bag.
The money bag.
When he needs to get into scoring position with 2 outs, does he still have that speed? I think he's going to run, but he's going to pick his spots more than just taking off when he gets on.
And everything he does affects the Braves. Everything. You put him in the lineup, you got to know where he's at. You got to pitch around him to the situation. He'll drive in runs. He'll steal a bag to score a run. He'll score from first base. He can hit a home run.
We hope. We don't know. We haven't seen him run yet.
I watched him in spring training.
At the same speed? All right, we'll see. So it looks like we got an amazing race. The greatest race has 12 players, not 10. Wait, can I add another one?
Who you got?
Have you guys seen Matt Chapman play this spring?
He's been fantastic.
Based on wins above replacement, he was one of the best players last year. Offensively, he has taken his game to another level. Ton of home runs. Apple power, by the way.
Yes.
So far this spring. And I was in camp with the Giants. He came out and did a demo with Mark DeRosa. He's wearing a cutoff T-shirt. I mean, he looked like Dan Plesac, junior year of high school, like jacked.
He must look pretty good. I don't know the pictures you showed me when I was in junior high school, but I didn't look like that.
Man. Yo, guys, where's the rest of the free merch for the rest of us? By the way, anyone got over on the free merch, Harold? Yeah, look, man, we got a lot of merch. A lot of merch, man.
Hey, man, look, the Ducks swag, bottom line, Nike U. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Quack, quack, that's all I'm saying.
Hey.
You got a new fan in DJ Dan.
I know DJ Dan loves good left-handed starting pitching. Skubal versus Snell. We're talking opening day punch-outs with the national pregame show. Time for opening day strikeout contest presented by Sage. We're back in Studio 42. It's Greg with DJ Dan Plesac. We got to talk about the Cy Young Award winners. It was a magical season. For one, Tarek Skubal. Let's start there.
Best lefty in the game. There's some really good ones, some great ones.
How about Blake Snell's a really good one? He got paid in the offseason by the Dodgers.
Great pitcher. Tarek Skubal right now. Lefties breathes different air than every other lefty. He's that good.
Okay. And you're expecting the same type of workload because they rode him hard all the way through September and into October.
You know, when you watch him pitch, he's built for long haul.
Okay.
Thick guy. You know why I say yes? He doesn't spray the ball around very much. Doesn't walk a lot. For a guy that strikes out a lot of people.
Let's talk strikeouts. I want to talk strikeouts. Of these two teams, don't just think Skubal versus Snell. Which team will have the most strikeouts in that game tomorrow?
Dodgers will strike out more than the Tigers.
Why?
Because Skubal's stuff is electric. He has a couple of weapons. Why I say this? He runs the ball in on righties, and he'll run the ball in on lefties. He could do one thing that a lot of guys can't do. He could get that ball up and in, and there's one little spot about the size of a golf ball with Ohtani that you can tie him up. Top of the strike zone, right into here, and he throws that two-seamer that...
So Ohtani's got one hole, and how big is it?
About that big, size of a golf ball. And you better throw it with some angry and bullseye it.
This is Ohtani's hole.
That's it.
His hole.
It's about like that.
Yeah, okay.
Let's talk about the National League. We have to put the disclaimer on it that whenever Shohei Ohtani does both, whenever he pitches and hits, he's always in line to be an MVP candidate. Does he make it a fourth in the last 5 years? Does it hinge on his pitching? Because last year he won an MVP just as a DH. Oh, just as a DH with massive numbers. Give me a National League MVP pick.
Well, it has to be Shohei because
Okay.
I think, Matt, he's going to start, say, 15 times, and he's going to hit 40-plus home runs. That's an MVP. Who else is going to have the kind of numbers he's going to put up? Now, he's not going to steal 50 bases because he is going to pitch. We'll probably see him by the end of May. And I think he's going to be dominant when he's on the mound.
So let's do this exercise then, because I think we'd all agree that he's the guy. If Shohei Ohtani gets locked in his hotel room for 6 months and he's not eligible, who's the National League MVP?
I'm going to go to Juan Soto, and I'll tell you why. It's not just because of the contract. I look at where he's hitting in a great lineup, where he's got a switch hitter, Francisco Lindor, on-base machine in front of him, and a power-hitting right-hander, Pete Alonso, behind him. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to drive in runs. And again, like Bobby Witt Jr., he's in the lineup every day. So he's going to have a ton of opportunities on a really good offensive team. And I think he's the surest thing in baseball when it comes to performance. Even his bad years are great.
I struggle with this one because Tom brought it up earlier in the show. If Elly De La Cruz can cut a strikeout rate 10, 15, even 20%, I think he legitimately puts himself in the conversation of MVP. But I'm going to go Mookie Betts. If Mookie Betts can duplicate his 2023 year where he hit 307 with a 409 on base and 819 slug with 39 home runs as a shortstop, that if he can just play the position as an average shortstop, I think he legitimately puts himself in the position of winning the MVP.
Betts, Soto, Elly, Shohei. I think we'd all agree that Shohei's the chalk, but it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
日本が誇る最強の侍が再び歴史の舞台に立った。その名は言うまでもないロサンゼルスドジャースの背番号17番大谷翔平である。日本で開催された夢の東京シリーズを終えアメリカの地へ帰還したドジャース、その中心に立つ英雄大谷翔平の存在感はまさに規格外の輝きを放っている。ホームのファンの熱狂的な歓迎を受けながら彼は新たなシーズンの幕開けへと突き進んでいる。世界が注目する中、現地メディアや専門家が口々に語るのはやはり大谷翔平の名である。今シーズンの MVP 候補の筆頭、人間の枠を超えた存在、これほどまでに絶賛される選手は過去にもいなかった。その超人的な二刀流プレーはもはや野球の歴史を超えた神話そのものなのだ。一方で同じドジャースの主力選手ムーキー、ベッツは深刻な体調不良に陥り、大幅な体重減少に苦しんでいることが明らかとなった。食事をとることすら難しい状況にあり、シーズン開幕前にチームを不安が包んでいる。しかし、そんな逆境をも跳ね返すように、大谷の存在がチームの希望をつないでいるのだ。ある専門家は断言する。ベッツが不在でも、大谷がいる限りドジャースは問題ない。彼がいるだけで勝利が見えてくる。大谷翔平こそが勝利をもたらす最強の切り札であり、チームの運命を変えることのできる唯一無二の存在なのだ。彼の打席に立つ瞬間、球場の空気が一変する。すべてのファンが息を飲み、そのバットの行方を見守る。放たれた打球は次々とスタンドを越え、打つだけでなく投げても相手をねじ伏せるその姿に、観客は驚嘆の声を漏らすしかない。これこそが大谷翔平、生ける伝説と称される理由なのである。シーズン開幕を控え、専門家たちは再び MVP の栄誉を大谷翔平が手にするだろうと予測する。投げては奪三振の山を築き、打っては連日ホームランを量産する。その姿にファンだけでなく全米が熱狂する。間違いなく、彼は野球界の歴史を塗り替える奇跡である。大谷翔平が繰り広げる伝説の瞬間を目撃することができる我々は、実に幸運な時代に生きていると言えるだろう。彼が再びマウンドに、そして打席に立つ日を心待ちにしよう。野球の神が生み出した奇跡、その目撃者となるために、絶対に次の試合を見逃すな。